2016 was a really bad year for video games. And today on the Geekish Gamer Show, we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 worst video games of 2016. Now, I know some of these may not be on your list, but to me, I reviewed some of these games and quite frankly, they make the bold. And I will tell you why today on the Geekish Gamer Show. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, and also, for all the people who are viewing this, follow me or add me as a friend on PlayStation. And also, if you like communities and joining communities on PlayStation, please join my community, Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's a community for people who are going to be playing Ghost Recon Wildlands March 7th when it comes out. So guys, if you want to play with me and a lot of other my friends that play the game as well or are going to get the game, let me know and we can all play together. Okay, now let's begin. Now, number 5 on the list, we have Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Now, Mirror's Edge Catalyst looked like it was going to be a really good game. It really did. EA, DICE, they made this look really graphically pleasing. I saw it at E3. I wanted to get the game. It looked pretty cool. But then, when I reviewed this game, because you remember me reviewing this game, that I clearly gave this game a 6. Why, you ask? Well, now that it has time to sink in, I really realized that I should have given it a 5. The reason being because Mirror's Edge Catalyst has dull characters, terrible storyline, and also terrible dialogue. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure what made the video game good in the first place was that the video game was something different, new. Nobody was really doing parkour things out there when the game first came out and it was originated by DICE and EA. No one really did any of that, but guess what? They did, and it made it different, and that's why many people liked the game and the game it was going to make for the series. So, why did it flop? Why did it fail? Well, I'm telling you why. As parkour, as a new age, as a new dawn, as a new era of video games, we're supposed to put things in there that are pretty cool, that make people and gamers go, wow, I want to play more of this. I want to see another chapter. I want to see another saga. Well, EA did the exact opposite. One bad thing about this was that there was no promotion for it. I didn't see really big promotion for this game. And if any of you think you did, please leave it in the comment below because I didn't. I didn't really see big promotion of this game as EA should have done, as they did with Battlefield 1 or as they did with other games as well. I didn't really see this. And also, Star Wars Battlefront was a flop, but they promoted it very well. So if you have an excuse saying that, well, maybe the game is not that popular, well, Star Wars Battlefront wasn't even that popular either, because when it first came out, it really was not receiving very well. But I remember Mirror's Edge Catalyst receiving well when it first came out, so this is a franchise that's about to take off. It should be doing very well for the second time, but it didn't, and that's what made it fail. I'm pretty sure the reason why it failed is because it had a bad marketing campaign, and EA didn't want to promote it. It just came out fast, in a rush, and in a hurry. That's what made me pissed off about this game. And not only that, but while you're running and parkouring, like I said before, you really don't get to get a full essence of the running and seeing the life as you run, seeing things as you run, seeing a lot of action and explosions or something as you run. You're seeing bland boringness. You just running on a plain field of glass. That's it. And the characters and the customization, well, if there is customization, and if there isn't, there should be definitely customization. Your powers up and abilities really don't do anything for you ever in the game, and the enemies are just sponges of hitting attacks over and over and over again, as I've proved in the review. That will be in the link below if you want to go see it. But that's why it's one of the worst games of 2016. Number 4, Homefront: The Revolution. Now, if you know this, I reviewed this game as well, and Homefront: The Revolution was supposed to be a very good game. It was delayed a couple times, but I was okay with it because I felt that the developers, if they, delayed it at this much cost, it should have some guaranteed greatness in it. Did it? No. Instead, it was delayed so many times that by the time it got out, gamers really didn't even care about the game anymore. And not only that, but after it came out, really, it was not received critically and good by anybody or anybody's standards. It was actually really bad if you think about it. Not only that, but the customization was terrible. There were so many patches and glitches that need to be fixed in the game that it still made it, at the end of the day, to be terrible. The storyline is terrible, and you don't know why you're fighting for these people. Even though the characters and the customizations are pretty almost keen of being cool, it still doesn't hit the mark when it comes to good character customization or even good weapon customization. And that's why I think really frankly hits and misses on this game. So I think one of the reasons why this was really bad is because, well, it didn't really have a good storyline, and it was delayed so many times that people really didn't even care anymore. Also, it was terrible because there were so many patches that need to be fixed in the game that's still not fixed to this day. And I still think that, you know, the developers could do a better job on the next home front. But other than this, now it's not really good at all. Number 3 is The Division. Now, The Division was one of the most anticipated games of the year. I was waiting for this game so hard. It came out March 8th, 2016. For you who do not know, it was going to have great graphics because it was shown in EA before. But guess what? As Ubisoft always does, they downgrade the graphics, just like they did with Assassin's Creed Unity. And not only that, but what many people didn't know is while you were in the dark zone, you would have these points that you could collect. If you survived from, you know, being a rogue, you would get a small amount of dark zone points that you're supposed to get a high amount of because you survived. And it's really hard to survive out there when 12 people are trying to kill you versus you dying. You lose thousands of dark zone points, which is pissing me off because it doesn't make me equally as much as me losing as much as me winning. But that's a topic for a different story, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like the game as well. Another thing is the character customization system. It's really not that well. Actually, there's like 5 slots or 6 slots of character customization with bland, Asian, Hispanic, African American, white, Caucasian, which is the same thing, of people who just have these face templates that you can pick from. Also, the nose piercings, the rings. Also, another thing is the clothes that you get really don't do effectively as what they're supposed to do when you're trying to fight, and a lot of other things as well. I think all this in combination doesn't make the game well at all, but one thing as it is the blandness of you running around through the New York City, as big as it is, as tall as it is, and you have to run and run and run and run and run over and over again. Many people didn't like this game because at the end of the day, even after patches, even after updates, even after DLC, at the end of the day, the enemies were BS, the dark zone points were BS, and you had to run continuously over and over and over and over again, trying to get these small little dark zone points to fill your career. It's bad, and I didn't like it, and that's why it's number 3 on the bad game list of worst games of 2016. At number 2, we have The Umbrella Corps. What can I say about The Umbrella Corps? The Umbrella Corps is one of the worst games I've seen from 2016. Bad character customization, bad multiplayer, bad storyline, bad characters, bad patches, bad updates, and bad DLC. Come on. Not only that, but most of the things I was seeing in this game was incredibly dull and stupid. I mean, the developers must have had to mind or something to take control of this, because one of the worst things I've seen from this game is its multiplayer. The story mode I did not play, but the multiplayer I've played, and it's terrible. With fully automatic weapons, you can't even beat a guy who's coming at you with a crowbar. Also, you have to pay microtransactions for different suits. It's unfair and it's a lie, and I think it's a base structure for microtransactions for other developers to use. I think in 2017, you will see the most ever used microtransactions ever before, because microtransactions are getting really, really, really scary from other game developers. And not only that, but a bad storyline. So, what makes this game really bad? Well, terrible character customization, terrible DLCs, terrible updates, terrible patches, and unfair multiplayer. I can only give you the aspect of the multiplayer because I haven't played the story, but overall, that's why. I think that's why it's one of the number 2 worst games of 2016. Also, the franchise name. Whew, you have a franchise of Resident Evil on your side, and you still couldn't make it as a spinoff for multiplayer. And the last one as we have at number 1 is No Man's Sky. Now, I bet you may be wondering, why No Man's Sky? Why is No Man's Sky on the list? Well, I'll tell you one thing. It impacted the game community in a large way, and the game developer community in a large way. If you could see this and you could tell, the game developer community, as soon as they heard about No Man's Sky, was happy, and they couldn't believe that this company, Hello Games, who's only produced like 1 or 2 games that I researched off of, could make a game that was so adventurous as this. But one thing that kept boggling developers and even gamers' minds was, how much could a person take? How much could a person just play over and over and over and over to 18 quintillion planets and try to make it to the center of the galaxy, only to restart and go all the way back again, which isn't fair at all. But one thing that was the most irritating thing about this whole entire game in general was that it had no end. And I think the end is kind of a good thing for us gamers, because it gives us relief. We don't have to keep playing it over and over again. That's what multiplayer is for, if you want to keep playing over and over again. But story-wise, I think it just wants to end. And one thing is, Sean Murray lies to us. He lied multiple times.
But it's such a bold idea. I mean, you guys are literally building your own, like, massively multiplayer world that's procedurally generated.
Can you run into other people, other players on the game?
Yes, but the chances of that are incredibly rare, just because of the size of what we're building. you could encounter other players. The reality is, the likelihood of that is tiny, basically.
Will you be able to play with your friends?
Yeah.
Can you grief other players?
A little bit.
And only after this, after we see this, he almost gets sued. And by the gaming community and the game developers, they should even process a new law saying that there should be a really guaranteed process. And I'm pretty sure in 2017 that you're going to see more betas than ever in any other generation of consoles or even in years of gaming, because they want people to say, hey, they didn't lie to me off of the game. They didn't lie to me saying that this was going to be in there. They didn't lie to me saying that spaceships were going to be able, you can customize your spaceships. You can do this. You can go to 18 quintillion planets and you can meet people in multiplayer. You can do this and you can do that. No, they're going to give you betas so you guys don't have to pre-order like idiots like I did. Whew, that was really bad. Well, I will tell you, this really impacted the game community. That's why I put it on number 1 on my list, because No Man's Sky impacted the game community in a large way. And I think this is one of the worst games of 2016, especially anticipation and hype and the disappointment side as well. And if you want to, quickly click the like button and subscribe, that would be really important to me if you could do that. If you like this video, just let me know. And don't forget to follow me on PlayStation or add me as a friend on PlayStation and join my community of Costa Rican Wildlands. I'll see you guys later on this Geeky Gamer Show, and bye.
In the city, be back immediately to confiscate the money. That girl is a real crowd.